should do the trick. Maybe not as nice as a boat, but at least it floats.
Grab those oars, Mona. It's time for the maiden voyage of the SS Dirtnap.
Inky, get out of the way! Good! Drake. After he swallowed that ice, he thickened up. It was easy to spy him this time.
Are you sure we need to bring all this stuff?
Of course, you idiot! We must be fully prepared! I am an expert on the Nosferatu! And one thing I know for sure is that the undead don't just sail up to you and present themselves.
Hello over there. Do you know a good place to land our copper? Our pleasure cruiser?
I don't know! Try over there around that point!
Oh, okay. Thank you. Toodaloo.
Right, whatever. What was I saying?
The undead don't just sail up to you?
Right. They cherish their lairs immensely and never willingly give them up. One thing I know for sure, this brood of the Barons, this Mona, will be there waiting for us, getting ready to fiercely defend her crypt with every ounce of undead energy she possesses. She will never willingly leave that castle.
We made it, Froderick!
Who would have thought that crossing a simple lake would be such a pain in the ass?
Well, off to Paris.
Wait! What are you gonna do? Walk there?
I was thinking a train.
A train. Even if we could catch a train, there's the small problem of you only being able to travel at night.
That would have to be an extremely fast train to make it to the next major city.
Child of the night.
Come to think of it, if
Why
a train
are you
left
not walking
Transylvania
towards
traveling
me?
north-
Aren't you listening? Do not make me count to three.
Area
One,
7 allow for a 2%
two,
drop in velocity,
three.
friction and expansion.
Expanded
Oui,
drag
mistress.
coefficient, adjust for
I'll
gravity.
come to you.
Then, of course,
At higher
Yeah,
altitude.
finally.
Mona! Wake up! Mona!
Come, child, come inside where it is warm and safe. I have been waiting for you.
Oui, mistress.
Oh, I see. You want your fortune told. Good idea. And see if you can find out what's gonna happen on next week's episode of Bats of Our Lives.
Well, hello, my dearest Mona de Lafitte. Come in and sit down. We meet at last.
Sorry to bother you, madame. I don't know, but I had the weirdest feeling that came over me. It compelled me to seek you out for some mysterious reason.
Yes, you learn that I have that effect on people. But goodness gracious, I am being rude. I know all about you, but you don't know me at all. Forgive me. I am called the great Madame Strigoi, knower of all things better left unknown.
Why have you summoned me here?
I know your plight, and I know how best to prepare you for your journey home.
Really? You know how to get me back to Paris?
Okay, listen very carefully, for I'm only going to say this as many times as you ask me to. First, you need your coffin to sleep in. Do you have it here?
No. And what do you mean I need a coffin to sleep in? I thought Shroudy was being, just being weird. Making me sleep in there when I had a perfectly good bed up in my boudoir. Besides, no self-respecting opera star would sleep in a coffin. It's absurd.
Well, this opera star is going to have to. Now wake up, girl. You need a coffin to sleep in every night or you will die. You will die. Capiche?
Well, I suppose I do, but I'm not happy about it.
Being a vampire isn't about being happy. Listen, child, in life stuff just happens that we don't always like. We just have to get over it and move on as best we can. Besides, living the unlife of a vampire can be very rewarding and just as fulfilling as real life. Trust me, child, I know. You are strong, I have seen it. You'll be just fine, and I'll guide you all the way. Now, where is your coffin?
At the lake shore where we left it.
Uh-oh, better go get it now. Constable Otto just passed here a few minutes ago on his nightly patrol. I think he said something about investigating a scream and looking out for two strangers reported skulking hereabouts. Hurry and go get it, and bring it back. ASAP!
Hello, sir? May I talk to you for a moment?
Yes, but only for a few minutes. I am Constable Otto van Pelt, and I'm in middle of serious investigation. Some very strange things have been happening around here lately.
Can you tell me about those weird events happening lately?
Yes, I got report from cottages nearby of two men who have been skulking around shoreline and along the road. Then we heard reports from all over of horrible screams that echo throughout the valley. So, I was assigned to investigate, and about 100 yards down the shore, I found, what appeared to be Baron Shroudy von Heaver's clothing. And it smelled awful. Noxious vapors were emanating from the clothes. It was quite a sight. And last night, I discovered the coffin sitting on the shore with two oars in it. It is mighty strange. You'll have to pardon me, ma'am. I best be getting back to my investigation. I haven't much time before Luke Crane gets wind of it and muscles the case out from under me. He's always trying to be in the spotlight.
What are you doing with that boat?
Looking for clues. By the dirt residue I found in the coffin, it looks as though someone kept putting dirt in it, and then someone else kept dumping it out. Also, by impressions left behind, it looks like someone, a woman, judging by the shape of the imprint, slept here every night and had a bat for a companion.
How do you know that?
By the smell. Bats have a distinctive odor that is hard to wash out.
Tell me about it.
Yes, bats are popular pets in Draxylvania for some reason, though I personally think they're bad luck.
Why's that?
Because anyone who adopts one seems to come down with spontaneous anemia right away. Plus, bats are not loyal pets. As soon as their owners die of this anemia, they fly away and find another family. But in Draxylvania, you get used to these things.
What else can you deduce from looking at the coffin?
Well, the woman who slept here wore black and purple, judging from the fibers I found, and had black hair. And the coffin owner's name was written on a tag on the inside of the lid, a Mona de Lafitte. Sounds like a French name. I think popular in the south of France, near Calais. Where are you from, may I ask?
Calais? That's not in the south.
Shh, idiot.
Oh, right.
Where?
Belgium.
Where?
Belgium.
Quebec.
Well, which is it, Quebec or Belgium?
Belgium, Quebec. A small colony of Belgium-ians, just east of Montreal.
And I didn't get your name.
Vona Fe Defeat.
Donna lay my feet.
No, I mean come again.
Fona May.
Whitney, Dark Lake. My name is Whitney Dark Lake of the, Belgium-Quebec Dark Lakes. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you too. Well, if you see any tall French women about with a bat as pet, let me know so I can ask her a few questions, okay?
He's gotta be putting us on. Shh.
Yes, Constable. I certainly will. Can you tell me about the nearest towns?
Well, there is Vlad's Landing down the road behind you, and beyond that, near the border, is the quaint village of Gothard Falls. Up the river are the towns of Ravenhaven, Howling Oaks, Battsburg, and the new retirement community of Scarlet Meadows.
Tell me about Vlad's Landing.
Yes, it's a hilly town located just down the road there, and serves as a hub of commerce for Lake Varg. The Draxylvania Tourist Board, a powerful entity in these parts, almost got Burgermeister to change the town name.
To what?
Super Happy Funville. The board thought it might increase tourism. I like the runner-up name myself.
Let me guess. Autotopia?
No, but I like that. No, the runner-up name was Don't Swim in the Water, the Lake Monster Will Get You-ville. In the end, all parties agreed to leave as is. It was for the best.
Tell me about Garford Falls.
It's just the cutest little town, built on a bridge overlooking the falls. Quite spectacular. But the local baron appointed the most corrupt skirt chaser as Burgermeister, Wilhelm Vinten. Ugh. They say he has charisma and can make deals better than anyone. Villagers seem to like him, but no woman is free from his tentacles for long. I sure hope the recall campaign succeeds.
If he is a good leader, why do you hate him so much? Oh my! I think I asked the wrong thing. Are you okay?
No, he's fine. It was long time ago. High school. And I had
No!
Stop him.
That's okay.
this crush on any time at all. She had beautiful braids and long blonde hair. She smelled so good.
Oh, Lord. So we have to go now and,
And then he came along with his sweet-talking ways and mesmerizing stares.
Do something.
Oh my! I feel faint. Yeah, that's it. I'm passing out. I'm going to be sick.
Not far from the truth.
Really? Do you need a doctor?
No. Suddenly I feel a lot better. Tell me about the retirement community of Scarlet Meadows.
Oh, that is a strange place. It used to be the castle of Maud the Impaler, but then the ghoulish society took it over, renovated it, and opened it up as a retirement community for Draxylvania nobility. They have golf course, geyser-heated pools, and everything. Thing is, they only like to golf at night, and the retirees really don't look that old. But I hear the place is very, very nice, and the healthcare is great. No one gets sick.
Can you tell me about the graveyard down the road?
The Draxylvania graveyard and picnic grounds? Another bright idea by the tourist board. They thought by throwing in some tables, swings, and grills, tourists would flock there by the droves to eat corn on the cob while sitting on top of great-grandmother.
And they didn't?
Actually, they did, but only at night for some reason. Moonlight picnics are all the rage this year.
Have you seen two men rowing out on the lake?
I think I saw some men in a boat not too long ago fighting with the lake monster. I thought I saw them throw vials of water at it that caused the monster to sink. Then they rowed up to the Baron's castle. Must be guests. When the Baroness was alive, they had guests all the time. Never saw any of them leave, though. Oh well.
Who do you suppose those two men were?
Well, a woodsman who reported seeing them said they were acting funny, like they were up to something. And they had lots of strange sorts of equipment, each with a symbol of an eye in the middle of a pentagram. I think they might have been meteorologists or lawyers.
I'm out of questions for now.
Okay, back to my investigation.
I went back to get it, but we were too late. Constable Otto was there.
I guess it's time that you had this. Vampires for Dummkopf. It has everything a budding vampire like you needs. Read it and learn it all. It tells everything you need to know about your new vampire powers, as well as your many vampire restrictions. It has rules, flowcharts, pie recipes, and good advice for vampires of all types.
Thank you, Madame Sturgoy.
Back to being a vampire. With some time in practice, you'll slowly gain new vampire powers, especially now that Shroudy is no longer your master. You don't have to read it cover to cover, but you may want to use it from time to time if you two encounter difficulties during your journey. As a member of the undead, you are required to return to your grave every night
My grave. But seriously, I know, off on a side, I'm really not dead.
No, Mona. It says right here, when bitten and drained by a vampire, then fed some of the vampire's own blood, the victim becomes technically and legally dead in most countries, except Nevada, where death can be annulled within 24 hours.
Grave dirt. Fine, I'll get right on it.
It is not your grave per se, but you have to sleep in the coffin filled with dirt from your grave every day. That is how it works. You did bring that grave dirt with you when you escaped the castle, right?
Not exactly. I, sort of dumped it out.
I'm afraid you're going to have to go back to the castle and retrieve it.
Back to the castle?
Castle?
Shush now! Something's coming in! Oh, great spirit of the ball, show me Sector 12!
Madame Sturgoy, who are they?
Vampire hunters, Monsieur Calvin and Belcou, his apprentice. Oh, why on earth did Sign send them instead of Abraham? Ugh, God only knows. Oh, well, they are vampire hunters from a religious brotherhood. You can thank them for staking Baron Shroudy von Kiefer to death back by the lake. They want to stake you, too. They will not likely rest until your undead heart stops beating in your undead chest, after which time you will be 100% dead. Look, if you do not find more grave dirt before sunrise, you will not be able to return to your coffin, and I already explained how important that is. Try the Drexylvania Cemetery and Picnic Grounds for a start. It's just down the road past the lakeshore. You can't miss it.
What you're saying is that if we're ever going to make it to Paris, before we can leave, we must get Mona's coffin, then replenish our supply of Mona's grave dirt, and we're done?
Once you have the grave dirt and your coffin, you will need a wagon to carry it all and a horse to pull it. I think you can borrow the wagon from the cemetery caretaker, and I just so happen to have a line on a horse for sale in the local town of Ladd's Landing, just up the road from here. I grabbed this flyer while I was there. I don't have any extra money, so you'll have to work something out with the owners.
Borrow wagon from the caretaker, work something out with the owner of the horse, get coffin and grave dirt, check.
Luckily for you, I know some Turkish smugglers in Puerto Varda. They owe me a few favors from back in the old days. I got them to agree to take you on their ship, the Demeanor, a large tramp freighter bound for France. They are scheduled to leave the docks just before dawn. They will not wait for you, so you must find everything you need as quickly as possible.
Grave dirt, coffin, horse, and wagon. Got it. Nothing else, right?
Well, come to think of it, you should really get an insane daytime guardian before you travel long distances, just to be safe.
What?
Not another thing to get. This is too much. And why exactly does he have to be insane?
Yeah, at best it sounds a little unwise to travel with nutcases, especially over long distances.
Come on, think about it, you two. All vampires must find a mortal living human to guard over them during the day in case the righteous brothers or their brethren discover your coffin and decide to stake you in your pajamas. An insane guardian simply works the best. For one thing, they are more easily controlled. 2, they get less grossed out by the sight of blood and corpses. And 3, I forget 3. Just trust me. They are essential to have for any sun-fearing vampire. But forget it. Never mind, we are short on time. You can worry about the insane daytime guardian when you get to Paris.
Let's go already. We have a long night and a lot to do.
Thank you so much for your help.
My pleasure, child. I will do whatever I can to help you along your perilous journey.
Was that your voice I heard in my head?
Yes, I have the ability to send messages to those who are, shall we say, sensitive to the supernatural.
How did you know my name?
I have been watching you two ever since Mona came to Droxylvania and was imprisoned by Shroudy in the castle. What goes on in Castle Varg interests me very much, but I don't want to bore you with all that right now.
Watching us all the time, huh? Maybe you should change your name to the nosiest nosy person to ever stick a nose where it doesn't belong.
You better be nice to me, Froderick. I know all about you and your troubles. I'm sure the Belfry boys would like to know that you have finally left the safety of the castle.
Oh, what I meant to say was, you should be called the most forgiving forgiver who ever forgave things that should definitely be forgiven. That work for you?
Forgiven for now.
Why have you summoned me here?
I know your plight, and I know how best to prepare you for your journey home.
Oh, good. What plight?
Mona, she means your, transformation into a, V-A-M-P-I-R-E.
V-A-M. Oh, vampire! I am most definitely not a vampire. Fodrick is so silly.
Really? You're not a vampire? Then how do you explain the sleeping by day, in a coffin no less, the drinking of blood and turning into a bat, eh? Explain that, smarty pants.
I don't drink blood. Yuck. It's just...
Yeah, I heard. Salty tasting Merlot. Listen, honey, I have news for you. Shroudy killed you, drained you of blood, fed you some of his blood, then brought you back to Castle Varg as a vampire. You better learn to accept that pretty quick. There, no need to cry. I'm here to help you get back to Paris. As a vampire, you can live an extraordinary life, or unlife as it were. It will be wonderful, and just as fulfilling as a regular life. Don't let it get you down. Child, just do what I say and you'll be fine.
Really? Truly? Thank you for your kindness. I will listen. I'm all pointed ears. Tell me what I have to do.
Hang on a second, Toots. We don't even know you.
What is there to know? I am a gypsy fortune teller who looks after wayward vampires. Plus, anything I can do to annoy Baron Shroudy just brightens my day.
See, Fodrick? Nothing to worry about. She's just a good Samaritan, that is all.
I don't know. I think the knower of all things knows some things she doesn't want us to know.
Relax, Froderick. I feel bad for Mona. It isn't her fault what happened to her. I just want to help the poor girl out.
What is up with the creepy music?
I tried playing country music for a while, but it just didn't seem to work. The sun burns my skin, my best friend's a bat. The mirror shows me nothing, I smell like a rat. Oh, I'm just a vampire girl. When the moon comes up, I wake with the start. I'm feeling so sad, like I got a stake in my heart. Oh, I'm just a vampire girl.
Now that is scary.
Do you want to hear the verse where her carriage breaks down and her dog runs away?
No! No thank you.
Fine, suit yourself. I'm easy.
You seem to know so much about us. How is that possible?
I'm afraid that is a very long story.
Well, lady, we have nothing better to do, so shoot.
The story begins many years ago.
On second thought, lady, I have bad circulation problems and can't sit for long stretches of time.
I was born in Romania in 1829. My mother was a famous gypsy fortune teller, renowned throughout the land for her mystical arts and crafts.
Crafts?
Yes, my mother used to make these cute little papier-mâché cat figures, only it was cats doing human things. You know, cats driving a wagon, cats plowing the field, cats being burned at the stake.
Always good for a laugh.
Yes, well, never mind the crafts. It's the mystical arts that concern your story. As I grew older, my mother began to instruct me in the ways of magic, but her knowledge was limited, and as I grew older, my hunger for power increased. Soon I sought out others beyond my mother to teach me what they could. In time, I grew far more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Did you know that with great power comes great responsibility?
And usually some colorful tights.
Roderick, stifle! Please continue.
Soon I realized that I had reached the limit of what mere mortals could teach me. My skills could only be increased by looking beyond this world. I began to research the world of supernatural beings, demons, werewolves, mummies, and of course, vampires.
How did you find this information?
Let's just say I happened to find a lot of like-minded people and we exchanged information. My power and knowledge grew quite a bit while I was associating with these people.
Gee, you don't say.
I do say. But I got more than I bargained for. My desire for power made me do things I didn't realize I was capable of doing.
Oh my! If you don't mind me asking, what sort of things?
I am ashamed to admit it, but I acquired this arcane knowledge in less than honest ways.
I get it. The 5-finger discount.
You know, it would only take me 2 fingers to place a curse on you that would last 5 generations.
Yeah? Well, it would only take 1 finger for me to tell you what I think of you and your curses.
Oh, Roderick, stop it! She's being honest with us. Don't antagonize her. Please go on, Madame Strigoi.
Thank you, sweetheart. There isn't much more to say. I have led a life of foul deeds and shame, and now in my waning years, I have made it my sole purpose in life to undo any evil I have done, correct my wanton mistakes, and in general try and set wrongs to right. Tonight, I will correct the wrong that has been done to you by getting you on the path home to Paris.
Au revoir! I have a feeling this might come in handy. Madame Strigoi, may I have this bottle of ink over here?
Yes, child, knock yourself out.
Section 1, Chapter 1. Domicile defenses. No need. I'm already holding it. Section 1, Chapter 2. Back in black and never go back. Section 1, Chapter 3. Biting and Sucking 101. Froderick, would you mind reading this for me? My crow's feet are sore.
Sore my ear. All right, fine. In a nutshell, it says you can't enter homes without being invited in first. You also can't enter if they have holy symbols, garlic, red or white roses, or hawthorn branches on the entrance.
Froderick, would you do the honors?
It says, in a nutshell, that vampires wear black cloth because it protects them from holy magic, such as holy water, crosses, and the sun.
Froderick, do you mind reading this for me?
It says, in a nutshell, that you can bite people on the neck and drain their blood till they pass out, but you should do it when no one will see you.
Yes, well, now that the constable is, resting quietly, I'll take my coffin back to Madame Strigoi camp. It's the sign for the shop. Draxylvania's House of Spatulas. All your spatula needs under one roof. It's the horse flyer. It says horse for sale. Good condition, no mileage, 200 crowns or best offer. See Gina Martinelli, 24700 McBean Parkway, Vlad's Landing. There's no way I'll be able to approach the door while it's still hanging there. Let's see what's in here, shall we? So, Mr. Horse, do you know how I can get that boot thingy off of you?
I speak a little horse. Let me have a shot. Yo!
Well, what did he say?
He said to tell you, if he knew how to get this damn thing off, he would have done it already. Duh. He suggests we go to the lady next door and ask her about buying him.
Oh, is that all?
No, he also said his real name is Il Cavallo Senza Valore. No matter what that horrid woman renamed him. And he would really appreciate it if we would use that name if we buy him.
It's a deal if we get him. Hello? Is anybody in there? Nope. No one in there. It must be safe to open.
Apparently, you have never heard of the stable shed slasher massacre of 1865.
No, but I'm sure I'm going to hear about it in a second.
Well, not if you're gonna have that attitude. Forget it. Go ahead and open it up yourself. I dare you.
I want to take a peek in here. Just as I thought, a storage shed. That saddle blanket could be useful, but I don't want to carry it around, so I'll keep it in mind.